Channel. My name is Michael Wambua. Today I'm going to take you through ArchiCAD user interface, ArchiCAD 24. So I'm going to take you through the design tools and probably how to use them. I'm also going to show you how to save a file if you're new to ArchiCAD or you're a beginner. So before we start, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe and leave a like. So to get started, as I've told you, we're going to open ArchiCAD 24. So ArchiCAD by Graphisoft was released into the market, I can say mid-year of 2020, and ArchiCAD has been there for quite some time. So some facts you should know about ArchiCAD is that ArchiCAD 24 can open files from ArchiCAD files from previous versions. So it can open other versions like 23, ArchiCAD 23 version. It can open ArchiCAD 20, 22, 23 downwards. So ArchiCAD 24. The first impression is quite similar to ArchiCAD 23, and I'm quite sure that if you've not interacted with ArchiCAD 23 and ArchiCAD 24, you're probably missing out on something. So but this video is for you because I'm going to show you the user interface and how to interact with ArchiCAD 24. So as ArchiCAD starts, here is where we're going to have the recent projects. So like this is my previous project, and other projects are going to lie here. So we have you have the option of opening a new file, or you have the option of browsing. Then there is teamwork. So the browsing, I've told you that ArchiCAD 24 can open files from previous versions. So when you browse, I can browse files made in ArchiCAD 23, 24, 22. As you can see, I have 20. I also have 23 in the PC. So when I browse, I can open any ArchiCAD file from previous versions because I'm using ArchiCAD 24. So to jump right in, I'm going to open new file. So I'm going to open a new file, and it's opening, and it's taking quite some time, but it's going to open in some minutes. So you've seen I'm using ArchiCAD education version. So it's opening and it's taking some time. So this is the template. Okay, so this is a template where you asked what you want to. This is it's like a dialog box where you're going to be asked the kind of project you want to create. You want to create it on which template and the work environment. So as you have seen, I had done some work. I have a previous project on ArchiCAD 24. So I can choose to use the last profile used, or I can choose to have a default profile. So I hit new. So it's processing, it's opening. It's opening, it's opening, it's opening, it's opening. So ArchiCAD is a heavy software. That's why it's taking quite some time to load. It's quite a heavy software. It's it has a lot of things that actually can't be covered in one day, but I'm going to make this video a little bit shorter, so up to 15 to 20 minutes. I'm sure that is going to be short enough to cover a wide range of stuff that I'm sure you're gonna like. So basically it starts with so any building you're designing, it starts from ground floor. Then there's a tab here where you can open the 3D window of what you're doing. So to my left, I have all design tools, architectural design tools on the left. I also have various things right here. So this is where you're going to start your working. So when you open ArchiCAD for the first time, you're going to see this. So this to the right is navigator, to the left is the design tools, the marquee, this is the arrow tool. You also have the viewpoint, document, and some other things. So this is the viewpoint is where you have interior elevation, the elevation tool, detail tool, worksheet, and camera tool. So the camera tool, you can use it to create images within ArchiCAD of what you've just drawn or created. So we have these are documenting tools, and these documenting tools, they are in 2D. You use it a lot. You are going to use them a lot in 2D. This is the dimension tool. So like if I hit the dimension tool, it's like so it's used in making in dimensioning. So as you can see, I've dimensioned the 2 points. So I can just hit back. So I've told you we have these. Actually, these are shortcuts. You can find these design tools somewhere else. Here, you can also find the documenting tool here. The design tools, you can find them here, and various things. So before you start working, it's very important to save this file, because you can see it's untitled and it has no name. So I can hit file. This is a new file. This is a browsing option within ArchiCAD after you've opened. So if I say open, I'm going to browse and get to a new project. Like this one is a project that I've done on ArchiCAD. So there's options of save. When I save this, I'm going to save this as PLN or BPN file. Those are ArchiCAD files. So I can also save as. So if I say save as, I'm going to save either as a SketchUp file, as a DWG file. I'm also going to save in any other format. There are so many file formats around that you can use. Then export to BMI cloud. So if I'm going to export to BMI cloud, it's also I'm also going to save, but I'm going to save to BMI cloud is where you save. It's like you are uploading your files somewhere secure where you can get them even when your PC crashes. So we have publishing BMI model. There is this one. There is external content, drawing manager. There are a lot of stuff here. Then there's plot setup, plot, page setup. Okay, this one you're going to use if you are in an office and you want to print directly. You want to print directly to a printer when you are just in the office and you have a printer and you don't want to do anything else. So for my case, I'm just going to save an ArchiCAD PLN file. So to save, you hit just that save. Then you can go to, I can hit desktop. Then I can save it in the desktop. So let's give it a name. So let me call it user interface. Okay, let me call it user interface. So I'm going to save it as a solo project PLN format. So there it is. Then I hit save. So it's going to reflect here the untitled. So now our file is saved. So from there we have this one, then we have this is undo or redo. So from there we have edit. So in the edit, because we're in the ground floor, we have redo dimension ground floor. So this one is applying for the ground floor. So like we started by doing the documenting tool, we did the dimension tool. So if you want to redo the dimension, you can see after redoing, our dimension is right here. So hit back. So redo dimension, you've seen how it works. Then you can copy something and paste. So in the editing is where you're going to find copy, cut, paste. However, you can also either right click or left click according to your mouse setting on the PC, and you're going to get the cut, copy, paste options. Although when you do that, you're also going to get other various options. So there's select dimension, select connector, MAP elements, find search and replace text, grouping. So this one of grouping, and you can see group and group, suspend groups, auto group. So this one you're also going to use it, especially when you're editing the roof. You're going to use the grouping. So when you do a roof, all the roof elements. Okay, let's just try. So here it's a wall. So I'm drawing the wall. Actually, purposely this is for I'm just going to show what I'm talking about when we're saying editing tools where you're going to group. So I'm going to choose the complex format. So instead of choosing the complex, I can choose the rectangular. So I'll come, so I'll start here. So that's our roof. That's just a simple structure with a simple roof. So as I was saying, grouping and ungrouping. So when I hit the roof, as you can see, it's grouped. It's grouped as a single unit. So you can come to edit here. You can suspend group and ungroup. So suspend group. Then you can ungroup totally. So I don't know. Okay, then we have so that one is used. So when you group and ungroup, you're going to be editing the single roof planes. You're going to be editing single roof planes, unlike when you are to hit on all of it, and when you were to hit on all of it and the edit is a single thing. So because we have already suspended group, so because you have suspended group, you can left click then split into single planes, such that it's now just you can edit this as one element. So on edit, you have seen how to group, how to suspend group, and to do other things. Then there is display order, where you're going to bring forward, send backward, bring to front. Then there's locking, where you unlock and lock. Then there is move. So with the move, we can highlight that one. Then we can say we want to move it. So you can see this one is on. So you can either drag, rotate, move, elevate. So you can mirror it, you can drag a copy. So for example, here, if I drag a copy, you see I've dragged a copy. but that's not what we wanted. I'm just showing through ArchiCAD user interface. So if you're already liking this video, please hit the subscribe button, and also you can support us on Patreon. You can support this work on Patreon. I'm going to leave the link above, my link above on Patreon, and where you're going to support me, and more work is in line. So as you can see here, we have the reshape. So you have trim, stretch, split, and some of these trim, stretch, split, we can also find them somewhere else. So imagine if we were, actually I want us to stretch. So here's the trim. This is trim roof elements. So I backspace that. Then okay, let me show you that. Okay, so you've seen the trim elements. Probably the trimming mostly comes with the when you're trimming the roof to the wall. Then we have split. Okay, those they are editing tools, and the editing tools, they are also found here. So let's go to view. So with view is where you have the guidelines, the ruler, there are various things here. We have zoom, we have 3D options, we have 3D navigation options, we have elements in 3D, 3D cutway, 3D cutting planes. We have okay, as a beginner, what you're going to be using most for quite some time as a beginner is the trace option. The 3D elements, the cutway, the 3D cutting planes, the view options, like this is the perspective, axometry. These are going to be using them. Then you can zoom. All these options are summary. This is the zoom, fit to window. So all that is on view. So for example, let's view what I've just done on this simple structure. Let's view it in 3D. So in 3D it looks like this. Actually it's not the best. So because it's not the best, we can just first let's leave it like that. Then we have design. So under design is where we have the design tools. All design tools are here, and we have ArchiCAD has made it easy so that we can have all of them right here. So I can just move them so that you can see they can have the naming. So here are the design tools. You can see them. We have the wall tool, column tool, beam, slab, roof, shell, stair, railing, curtain wall, door, window, etc., etc. So these are the design tools. Then we have this one. We also have pipework, cabling. This one, as a beginner, you're not going to be using them a lot, but you're going to be using architectural tools. They are also called design tools. And then we have the modify mob, modify railing, modify curtain wall, roof extras. Under the roof extras, we have the roof maker. Design extras, we have the truss maker. You're going to be using that a lot. Then we have other things like this one, energy evaluation, has been added to ArchiCAD so that it can enable architects to design environmental friendly buildings or designs. So with that, we have the documenting tools. We have documenting tools. All the documenting tools are either in the viewpoint or in the document section on the left side. So you're going to get all the elevation, section, elevation, and whatever, dimension tool, text, line tool. We have line tool here. We have okay, so line tool, we have arc. So under this, I can just take you through the fill. Okay, let me take you through the line because that is very basic and you're going to be using it. So the line tool, here is the line tool. this is the setting dialog box for line tool, and it is going to be appearing when you hit anything here. So for example, if I go to design and I hit door, this is the setting dialog for door. So for example, if I hit it, this is the settings, and here is where you can choose a lot of things to do with the door. Because I'm going to show you that, first let's deal with the 2D options. So we have line tool. So this is the dialog box for line tool. So as you can see, it's here. This is the setting dialog box. But instead of doing with that, you can also work with this. Like choose geometry method. You can choose line type here. These are line types, various line types. Then you can choose the pen weight. This is the pen weight, and this one is the pen color. So let's choose color black. Which kind of line we're drawing? So you can scroll the mouse ball like this, and you're going to have all settings that were in the line dialog box. So for example, the geometry method, we can use this. We can use this one. This one you're going to draw continuously until you double tap to stop. Then there's this geometry method that way. So we also have the circle tool. So the circle tool works like this. So when you hit once, you draw an arc, but the circle tool, when you hit twice, it's a circle, right? Then we have the polyline spline. Okay, let me show you the spline. So it looks like that. Then we have hotspot figure. Okay, so I've shown you various things under the. Then we have layers. We have, this is the site layer, drafting, preliminary, approval, detailed, mechanical, structural, rendering, layout. Then we have pen sets. Here the pen sets for different things. The model view, here it is. Then we have a bunch of other things that you're not going to be using a lot, but what I can tell you, what I know you're going to be using as a beginner, you're going to be using creative imaging. This one is used for creating photorealistic rendering. So ArchiCAD has a cinnamon, a rendering software within ArchiCAD. So it's here, photo render projection, photo rendering setting, align, texture, creative. These are going to take some time for you to master them. Then we have the project indexes. These you're going to be the sheet index. It's also somewhere here. It's here. So we have the layout book. So if in case we wanted to save this to PDF, we could create the master layout. Then we could copy all this to. We could transfer this to layout. So the master layout, so in the master layout hosts other layouts. So I've covered this in in other YouTube videos that I've created. So it's either lesson 9 or 8 of ArchiCAD Beginner to Pro series. So I have a bunch of other ArchiCAD lessons where you're going to get all those things at once. So these ones I've really covered them in that. So in the options here, you're going, so as a beginner, what you're going to be using a lot is the setting the working units, the dimension units, the zone. The zone tool is also here. So the zone tool will help you calculate the space. So for example, this is the zone tool. So for example, I want to call my zone 1. So I'll just come here. So I've zoned to that area, and I know the so I know the square meter of the surface area. So that is the use of zone tool. So in the work preferences, you can adjust the zone. You can adjust the zone calculations and the zone measurements and the zone. So then we have this one. This is apply profile. We have, which profile are we using? We have the basic profile 24. Actually, it's named 24 after ArchiCAD 24. Then we have a bunch of other things right there. So we are not going to discuss about teamwork, but we can open window and see. So in the window, it's where actually this, the whole of this area, it's the window. The whole of this area, it's the working window. So just in case you have something that is missing right here, you can put it in place in the window area. So you can hide pallets. You can see that has disappeared, but you can come to window. You can come to window and show pallets again. So as you can see, it's showing. So this window area enables you to manipulate your working space, to manipulate your working area. It helps you to take back, to put things in place. So we also have pallets, and so all these are pallets, but the main pallets are these ones: the toolbox, the info box, the status box, and the navigator. So we have the so we have the toolbox, we have the info box. So the toolbox, the navigator, then so we have, this is the toolbox, the navigator on this side, then we have the status bar, then we have the info box. So you can switch this off. So when I switch that off, that one disappears. Then I turn it on. So window, it helps you interact with your working space. So thank you very much for watching my video. Actually, we're just going to put some I hold down shift. I want to delete this. I want to delete that, and I take you back to design tools. So this is the wall. You saw that we created the wall. So I want to show you, this is the roof. So let's work with the roof. So this is the dialog box, roof default settings. So we have the roof positioning. This is the pitch. So the pitch, let's adjust this to 25 because this house is a small house. Then we can choose this. Then this one we can just choose 2000. That is the elevation. Okay, that is 300 because of the height of the wall from. So the roof is going to start at 0, at 300 from 0. Then we have multiplane. So this is 222. Let's put this offset. This is roof offset from the wall. Let's put it 600. Then the model. Let's activate material. We have activated material. So on this, because this is the edge surface, let's just choose a color. Let's choose color glossy white, and then let's hit OK. So geometry method, rectangular. So we have you can see we have complex roof, we have rotated hip. Then this is the geometry method, single plane and multiplane. So I want to create a multiplane roof, and I'm not going to use the complex roof because you can see this is just a simple house. So let's use the rectangular. So to get started, and there we have our roof. So let's check it in 3D. So that's how it looks like. So let me show you something else. Let's interact with the door. I'm just going to have one door. So as I told you, this is the setting dialog for door. So let's open it. So this is door 24. We can change the door leaf to, let's use the French leaf. Then under, I love under 4. Then there's something else I want to show you. Let's open the door to 30 degrees. Let's remove that line. So all of this is somewhere in, I have done one of my, as I can remember, I have other ArchiCAD videos that are going to show you how to do this. So this is the window. This is the dialog box. So we're going to use this. So let's just let's view in 3D. So it looks like that. We can move around it, move around, move around, move around. So as you can see, we don't have a slab or a floor. So we can go back here and we can go to slab. Okay, we can activate material. We can choose this and then we can just hit OK. Then geometry method, let's use rectangular so that we can go faster. Let's view. So we now have a slab. We now have a floor. So thank you very much for watching this video on ArchiCAD 24 user interface, and more videos are on the way. So thank you very much. So if you've still not subscribed, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. As well as I told you, I have a Patreon account where you can support me on Patreon with as little as $5 a month. So thank you very much for being a patient audience. Thank you.